My name is Catherine Howard, and I was once Queen of England, though my reign was brief and fraught with peril. Born around 1523 into the noble yet modest Howard family, I was but a girl when King Henry VIII, England's most powerful man, turned his gaze upon me. At the time, I was serving as a lady-in-waiting to Queen Anne of Cleves, his fourth wife. Little did I know that my beauty and youth would set my fate on a path of glory and despair. When I first entered the court, I was barely out of my childhood. I grew up in the household of my step-grandmother, the Dowager Duchess of Norfolk. There, discipline was lax, and my youthful indiscretions began. Though innocent at heart, I was naive, and my moments of folly would later return to haunt me. I thought little of the flirtations and secret meetings in my youth, unaware that one day they would seal my doom. Henry VIII, now past his prime and plagued by ill health, was captivated by me. At first, I believed it was a dream. Here was the King of England, a man who had reformed the church, dissolved monasteries, and ruled with unmatched authority, courting me. His letters were filled with declarations of love, and soon he cast aside Anne of Cleves to make me his wife. In 1540, we were wed, and I became his fifth queen. The court celebrated our union, for they believed I brought vitality and charm to the aging king. I played the role of a dutiful wife, lavishing him with attention and smiles, though in truth, I found it difficult to love a man more than 30 years my senior. His leg was ulcerous, his temper short, and his need for reassurance constant. But I knew my role, to be a balm for his pride and to secure his affection. At first, life as queen was joyous. I adorned myself in silks and jewels, attended grand feasts, and basked in the adoration of the court. Yet my heart longed for the carefree days of my youth. The responsibilities of queenship felt heavy, and the constraints of royal life suffocating. I made the grave mistake of seeking solace in the companionship of others, Thomas Culpeper, a member of the king's household, chief among them. Rumors began to swirl. The courtiers whispered of my past indiscretions, of my meetings with Culpeper, and of the secrets I thought buried. I underestimated the power of my enemies. The Howard name had enemies at court, and they eagerly seized upon any opportunity to bring my family low. Evidence was gathered, confessions extracted, and soon I was accused of treason. When the truth reached Henry, his wrath was like a storm. The man who had once called me his rose without a thorn, now saw me as a betrayer. I was stripped of my title, confined, and subjected to relentless interrogation. I was young, frightened, and powerless against the machinery of the king's justice. On February 13, 1542, at the age of 19, I faced the scaffold. The Tower of London loomed cold and grey as I walked to my death. I summoned all the courage I could, knowing that the world would remember me not for my virtues, but for my mistakes. My final words were a plea for forgiveness. I declared my guilt and prayed for the king's soul, even as the executioner's blade ended my brief, tragic life. In the end, I was a girl thrust into a world of power and intrigue, ill-prepared for the dangers that surrounded me. My story is one of youthful folly, of ambition and betrayal, and of the perilous dance that is life at the Tudor court. I was Catherine Howard, the fifth wife of Henry VIII, and though my time was fleeting, I remain a cautionary tale in the annals of history.